Well, as I always say, the transfer portal giveth and the transfer portal taketh away. And unfortunately, it decided to take away after it giveth. We got Deion Burks, the wide receiver from Purdue, from the portal, came here. Looks like a great opportunity to show out. Then we just lost our starting left guard, true freshman, Cayden Green. He announced today, it was announced today by Hayes Fawcett and On 3 Crew that Cayden's entering the portal. And I'm going to keep it a buck. That hurt. Pain. So much pain. So let's talk about Cayden. Dive into what I think is the reason. Now, I've heard a bunch of rumors. Not going to throw any of those out there for one reason. Because I have not been able to find anything solid as a reason why. And so we'll jump into Cayden himself. But before we do that, welcome to Unfair Sports. I'm your host, Jay. Thank y'all for pulling up to the channel. I know it feels like the sky is falling, but it ain't. I told y'all all season, even when bad moments hit, the sky ain't falling, and we finished the season 10-2, which to me is a very solid bounce back from what we did. Now we're losing 5. Basically, our entire starting offensive line will be headed to the draft, and one of those are headed to the portal. So 4 drafts, 1 to the portal. And yeah, it's going to be tough. But let's dive into Cayden and what I'm thinking. So y'all know Cayden, 6'5", 311, big, true freshman All-American on, I think it was 247's ratings. Like, Cayden was a beast, right? And he played this year over 560 snaps, 568 to be exact. Basically started left guard from the Texas game on. And he was showing out. Like, he was balling and was showing us all the potential. Now, I know he came in here as a tackle. We put him at guard next to Rouse. And, man, that left side was doing good. And this is how good he is. And this is why it sucks for me and how I'm trying to talk everybody off this ledge. This dude here, in those 568 snaps total for the season, with 530 of them coming at left guard, gave up 1 hit, 0 sacks the entire time. Dude was on it, right? And working with Beatonbow and the staff, man, he was getting it. And so it saddens me to see that we're going to lose out on a potential first-round pick at the guard position, possibly second-round pick as a tackle if he moved back. Hell, he could have moved his way back up into first-round status at left tackle or at right tackle, whatever. It's just sad to see that we're going to lose him. And what does that mean for us going forward? Like, what do we do to fix things? I mean, we've got options. The good thing is that we've got players. Now, like I said, we're losing now the entire starting lineup. You lost Andrew Rames going to the draft. Tyler Guyton's going to the draft. McKay Matauer has to go to the draft because he's a graduate. Same thing with Walter Rouse. You know, they're all graduating. Savion Byrd is going to transfer out. So is Nate Anderson. And then you have now Cayden Green going to the portal. So you got 3 linemen on top of the 4 other linemen that are headed to the draft. So 7 total that's bouncing out. And so we've just got to retool, bring in Spencer Brown, which is good. And we've got a lot of targets out there. I've talked about Fabichi Wawu from North Texas. We've got a few other players as irons in the fire. We got Gino Vandermark up there at Michigan State that we've been having conversations with. So it's not like we're not trying to bring in some additional talent to play, but the hard part is losing out on a talent like Cayden Green. And so I'm not going to sugarcoat a lie, BS y'all, and say, we're better off. No, it sucks to lose someone as talented as him. And it's okay. It's okay to not be okay in this moment. I know that this staff, this team has figured out ways to get us better anyway. We'll get to see some Heath Uzeta as well as Logan Howland. They'll both be getting some run. I expect Jake Taylor to go out there and play now. You know, we're still going to have the veterans for the bowl game, but the young guys are going to get sprinkled in and get some run. And so that's where I'm concerned at. And I think that that's really the only thing that matters is that we'll see the big boys get their run in on top of, with the starters, we'll have the backups, the young players come in. And then, I mean, we've got a nice little class coming in, you know, with the local Oklahoma boys as well as Daniel Akankumi from London. You know, we're putting together some stuff. It's just losing a talent like Cayden Green does hurt. And so I'm assuming that there's a lot of different reasons why he potentially left. It sounds like everybody was blindsided. So if everybody was blindsided, there's a reason that we probably won't know or will ever know of why he decided to go. The rumor's the only thing you're going to hear, but with him leaving and the staff not knowing it until he ain't at practice and everything's cleaned out, tells you that was a calculated move and that was something that was already planned. Hurts my heart to see him go. Like I said, dude's talented. He's one of those players that you build your foundation on. He's a foundational player for an offensive line. And he wasn't going to last 3 years. Like, he had 2 more seasons left. He was going to be here as long as Jackson Arnold is here, who is now the starting quarterback. I only gave him 2 years. If he's as talented as advertised, he won't make it past 3 seasons of playing college football. And since he's already played 1, he'll play 2 more. He's going to go pro. And I think Cayden Green was one of those 2. I expected him to go pro early. And so we were going to have to figure out some young players anyway. We got to figure out a little bit earlier. But I know it hurts. I've seen y'all in the comments of the Deion Burke video going back and forth. Look, no reason to argue or fight. Point, blame. I mean, yes, if you all want to blame NIL, go right ahead. NIL, I'm still a proponent of NIL. I'm still a supporter of it. I like the kids getting paid. And unfortunately, this is the thing that comes with the side effects of paying people. Is the opportunity to tamper if tampering was what happened, or he decided he wanted to go do something else, or he decided he wants to start at tackle and has to play guard. There's so many different things that could be it. And unfortunately, we don't have the answers now. So when I find out, I promise y'all, the minute that information gets public and it's told to me, I will pass it on to you all. But right now, we got to look forward and see who else we can put out there and make something happen. So losing Cayden Green hurts, but I think we'll figure it out. Hop in the comments. Let your boy know what's your thoughts. Remember, Beaton Bowe has put a lot of dudes in the NFL the last few years. I mean, he's got 4 dudes about to be draft eligible, and it looks like they all will potentially get drafted, which that's really hard, even if they get drafted later rounds. Just the fact that their names are potentially in there, it's a big deal. And so because of that, I know that he will do fine long term. If you made it this far, you like the content, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Love to have y'all join this family of college football fans. I have one of the videos here that YouTube is popping up. One of them talks about the offensive lineman we're going after landing Spence Brown, and you can see the Spence Brown video as well. So we'll chop it up soon. I'll have some more videos talking about the defensive line, trench targets, and all of that jazz coming up in a few. We'll talk soon. Peace.